Song that many of us are familiar with, and it's all perfectly normal. We live in a fast world. We're constantly bombarded with technology, and the pace is very fast around us. So, all these issues are becoming more and more common. Well, you can heal your body and mind using perhaps the most natural and ancient tradition, which was originally used by royalty to heal, rest, and recharge the body. And if I told you it was resting with bees, I'm sure you'd be at the very least interested. Bee beds are a thing. And this is where you rest or you sleep on top of beehives. And the bees, mind you, don't have access to your room, so you can rest in peace there. And you can rest in peace while you're resting with the bees. So anyhow, the two men behind it are Paul O'Neill, who's native of Kerry, and Anton Tovarnitsky, who's from Ukraine. It's Valencia bed bees, so you'll have a bit of a jaunt to get to experience this, but I'm delighted that Paul and Anton now have joined us online and on Zoom. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello. Hi.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this idea, because it's just the notion of going in and lying down on top of like thousands of bees. It'd be too much for most people. But the first thing to stress, I suppose, is that it is 100% safe, because the bees don't get near you and you don't come into direct contact with them.
Yeah, you might be a bit at risk as you're walking down, because there might be maybe 500,000 bees there around the area. But we cover our clients up as they walk down. They'll be covered in a bee suit, and then when they step into the room, we close the door and there's absolutely no bees in there, so you're
Right.
safe inside the room.
So the only risk is on your way in, and once you're in there, there's no bees other than what's below you.
Yeah, exactly. Now, all that separates below you, and we have two beds in there. Underneath each bed, there are four beehives. You could average maybe about 50,000 bees per beehive. And so that's about 200,000 bees under each bed. So there's quite a loud hum. And there's quite a beautiful smell, because all the air is coming through the entrances of the beehives and through the vents and into the room. And the bees are generating heat. There's a lot going on. It really excites the senses. And it's kind of like a form of meditation too. But as you said, it's not a new concept, but it's just long forgotten. And we're trying to bring it to the people and show them the healing properties of nature, and in particular bees and bee products.
So there's a lot going on. There's the sensation, the feeling. There's the smell and the noise, and and I'm hoping you'll describe it a bit more. But it's very hard until you probably experience it for yourself.
It is. It's even hard to describe, but we're getting so much interest from all around the world. Actually, we had a guy there in there yesterday from Austria who came over especially to do this, because this is the first of its kind in Ireland and probably a lot of Western Europe, and it happened kind of because of a random meeting of myself and Anton when he came here a year ago as a refugee from the Ukraine. Anton's a beekeeper. I met him. He was just we're in Valencia Island, so we're in the most remote location off the southwest coast of Kerry. And one day I was out beekeeping, and this random family starts walking by, and he starts waving to me. And Anton had no real English at the time, but we kind of communicated through the bees because we're both beekeepers. And a year later now, Anton's English is pretty good. And about 4 months ago, he came to me and he told me about this idea. And we started looking into it, and we kind of said, right, we're going to bring this. We're going to be the first people to do this in Ireland, and we're going to bring it to the people. And we did it. And it's up and running now. And Anton's English has improved.
So, so, so it's all good. Anton, as a beekeeper, have you had experience of bee beds at home in Ukraine?
Actually, myself, I was inside in a few different bee houses, but I never sleep there. But I was also in a big room, like it was made with a lot of beehives inside, and it started to be common in Ukraine maybe 15 years ago, and people developed this, and now we can find like this house with two beds, and it's pretty cool.
So it would be more common in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's very common in Ukraine, and people often like to go there. Some people just for interest, but a lot of people wants to go there like for healing because it's like heal people. Also, I researched internet in Ukraine sources, and I found that beekeepers live longer, 10, 15 years. And this bee house, it's helped to involve people in beekeeping life.
Yeah, well,
And
so beekeepers themselves are living proof of the benefits of keeping bees, and I presume eating honey and maybe relaxing now and again in a bee bed.
Yeah, there's the honey and there's the bee beds, and there's a lot of research going on over in the US with people with PTSD lying and sitting on beehives, and it's yeah, there's a lot of research that it'll start to come out in the future. Maybe we're thinking the future of medicine might be a lot to do with vibration and frequency. But myself and Anton, we're also developing and selling other products from the hive. One in particular, which is very popular, is propolis. And propolis is like bee glue. So the bees collect propolis from all the trees, and they use it for patching up cracks in the hive, and they basically glue everything together with this propolis. But propolis is like the most natural antibiotic, and very safe and natural to use, and very like it has a lot of really cool properties, anti-cancer properties, and that's also what we're trying to bring to people.
And in what form would you take that?
We make our own tincture, which is mixed with 65% alcohol, and you would put 10 to 15 drops into a small bit of water, and yeah, it heals. There's a lot of things that can benefit.
So, given that the bee beds are a new concept, I'm sure like most people come along, they're trying it for the first time, and what's the reaction been like? You know, is it one of surprise, of shock, of delight?
It's been mixed. We've had everyone's happy, but we've had euphoria. We've had feelings of floating. We've had crying. It's just been so positive. And it's just when you walk into that room, there is an energy that's indescribable, and there's an uplifting feeling. And when you lie there for an hour, it's just like recharging the body.
And how can people find out more? You have a presence online, a website, I presume?
Yeah, you can check out islandorganics.ie/bee beds. Now that's organics with an X. So before the bee beds, I set up Island Organics, and it's mainly kind of selling plants and microgreens and things like that. But now the new part of my business now with Anton is Valencia Bee Beds. So it's Island Organics/bee beds, and we're all over social media if you want to find us.
Okay, so plenty on offer there. And Anton, it sounds like an oasis of calm. Down there in Valencia, and down in the little corner that you guys occupy at the moment. So a big contrast to back home in Ukraine.
I didn't catch.
How are you finding kind of settling into this new place as opposed to Ukraine?
It's okay, this place like similar where I'm from, and I like nature, I like mountains, I like everything like this. And I was here 1 year, and I thought, what I have to do? I like to do something like my own, and just this idea come to me in my head, and I went straight away to the Paul because I remember he is beekeeper, and he knows this that will be good.
You know, it's the novel aspect that's going to, first of all, attract a lot of people's attention, and then it's just a matter of, after that, trying it out. And I can see all the write-ups now in the travel supplements and all the reviews. So I wish you both the very best with it.
Thank you. And
Thank
just
you.
if people aren't au fait with kind of using the website and things, they can contact us directly on 087 170
Okay, that is spot on. And that is Valencia Bee Beds. And I know it's a bit of a trek to get from here to there. But, you know, if people are travelling in that part of the world or having a staycation or whatever it is, it might be definitely worth checking out. Paul and Anton, thanks so
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.